What's up, guys? I've got with me the IMT head coach in Arrow. I've got myself Golden Glue for 100 Thieves. I'll start with you, Golden Glue. Coming into this week, you've made a change, bringing in Tomo, and of course Meech stepping down for just mental health reasons. Like, talk about just how this week has been for you guys as you're gearing up for the playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, so Tomo is actually a lot more vocal than I would have expected out of him, and I think he's melded into the team really well. So I'm excited to see how we do on stage, because practice has gone better than it usually does for 100 Thieves.
And for yourself and Arrow, going onto that final playoff stretch, just some things that you're working on internally. Maybe a leak. Just throwing it out there. If you want to.
Oh,
just throw out anything.
A leak.
What are you guys working on?
I mean, it's same as every week you guys have hit us. We have so much stuff to work on with our, the way we set up team fights together, and then how we play like our mid game and being consistent with that. Been pretty rough on it on stage, so just still focused on that.
Okay. Sounds great to me. Good luck to the both of you guys. We're going straight to the game.
Muchas gracias, Raz. And what's up, y'all? We're getting ready for our second series of the day. 100 Thieves taking on Immortals here. And as you already got info from Golden Glue, and if you haven't seen on Twitter, Tomo coming up from NACL, from Disguise, will be subbing in for Meech as he's taking some time away from the game right now. This is what the best move is for 100 Thieves given their current lineup. And for Immortals, that could be a sign of relief since Tomo, obviously a sub coming onto the team, you're not playing with your original starting roster, but some confidence from Golden Glue with how vocal Tomo is could be the spark that helps 100 Thieves take this game around.
Yeah, both these teams really need this win at the bottom of the standings right now, really fighting for the last playoff spot. A lot of scrambling going on right now. We'll find out everything tomorrow, but as of right now, after Dignitas's 2-0, if 100 Thieves 2-0 Immortals here, then Immortals will be out of playoffs. So Immortals desperately need to at least win one game right now to keep some tiebreaker options alive for themselves and keep their hopes alive for playoffs. 100 Thieves in a little bit better of a scenario, but honestly not that much. They've just got one extra win, kind of bumping them up the standings. And of course, they have gone through some rocky recent times here. So we'll have to keep our eye on Tomo. Actually, the all-time record in LCS matches between Tomo and Tactical, while Tomo was on Dignitas, was 2-4 in Tactical's favor, but their stats were all very close, and Tomo actually had better KDA. I spoke to him this morning. I ran into him early this morning as he was coming in, and he seemed very confident, so Tomo fresh back onto the LCS stage here, coming to us from Disguised.
I think even during his time on Dignitas, he and XU were some of the bright spot of that roster. And even though they didn't, make it far into playoffs, being able to qualify for playoffs and having a decently strong showing throughout the spring split, almost just being barely behind in game score of the likes of Cloud9, who on paper had a way stronger roster than they did. Tomo has always found a way to be super clutch in these late game team fights throughout his time on the Dignitas org. And
sometimes too, if if a team is struggling, if the atmosphere is maybe a little bit rough, if you bring someone in like Golden Glue was saying, who is very vocal, Tomo seems to bring some good energies. If he can bring some good clean comms, then maybe that's what 100 Thieves will need. Because if we are just going down this matchup on paper, as they're all still getting everything checked and ready, we will jump into Champ Select as soon as we can. If we just go down it on paper, especially starting from solo lanes and jungle, I think there is a pretty large advantage, I would say, to the 100 Thieves side.
Yeah.
At least on paper here in a lot of these matchups. So Immortals definitely have their work cut out for them. And as we said, a lot of extra stakes here on at least taking one game.
Yep. First all-pro jungler in River, or I think I should say it was either River or Inspired, but all-pro jungler, and then reigning MVP Quid. Obviously, 100 Thieves have not had the season that has reflected what their spring success looked like last split, but there's still some of that magic available in 100 Thieves through the potential of those star players. And for them, if you're still playing to the top side of the map, Sniper having a little bit of a resurgent recently, even in some of their losses. I know that FlyQuest series in particular, Sniper had a hell of a game on the Jax in game 1, was not able to replicate it enough times throughout the series, but there's still potential for this roster to still perform well. And Immortals, on the other side, a lot of the story of their success has always been around that bot lane, between Tactical and Olleh.
Well, one of the biggest things for me has been jungle champion pools. So let's jump in to the champion select and get a look at it, because really targeting River is probably a good idea for Immortals. River has played a lot of the AP jungles, but he has also played some of the engage there, and that's where it has been really scary for them. And so I'm already seeing a little bit of early bans go through. I don't know if we have can throw it up on live because the picks are coming through pretty quick here.
We'll try to get that as soon as possible to the live screen, but just to catch everyone up, Kobe, why don't you?
Yeah, let's just say them then. I'll spoil Sejuani Vi banned as well as Aurora. Unfortunately, Aurora perma-banned for this first beginning of the week where we have the opportunity to pick her. On the other side from 100 Thieves, banning the Ashe for that lane phase, as well as the Ivern, targeting Armao. They're only really worried about him on more of the utility picks, but let's get right into the picks as well as we're working on getting the visuals up there for you. It was first pick Lucian here for 100 Thieves for Quid. They put more faith in him on these AD mid laners. Meanwhile, an answer here, very safe from Castle, going with the Renekton. There we go.
we have the technology.
We worked out a solution. Getting in here, and there you can see the Lillia follows as well. So it's up to Sniper. What is he going to answer the Renekton with? Sniper actually, in the interview after last weekend's matches, was talking about how comfortable he does feel on Jax, and he got that solo kill onto Bwipo on Jax. So I think it's a very scary here that Immortals have had to leave that up for him. They did early pick the Renekton, of course, which is a nice matchup, but honestly, Sniper has been able to fight his way out of whatever matchups you throw in front of him, as long as he feels comfortable on his individual champion.
Yep.
And so I do like that pickup for 100 Thieves, even though it is into the Renekton, which could be a difficult lane phase at the very least.
Immortals are going to round out their first round of picks with Corki in the mid lane to match up against the marksman in Lucian. Now, there is still a chance that this is potentially flex. I know we've seen a ton of Lucian mid, so it's not likely, but we always have to keep that in mind as we get ready for the second round of bans. Braum, the first one taken off the table from Immortals. That is a great combo to pair with something like the Lucian, who can make use of the concussive blows. 100 Thieves just continuing to whittle down the available marksman pool.
I'm definitely still a very big fan of the Corki mid, and now they get to throw a couple bans at the support role here. Braum has just really shot up with everybody spamming melee engaged supports. Braum has really been king as far as the disengage, countering a lot of these team fights. So taking out two of the biggest ones there, the Braum plus the Leona. Despite Leona's nerfs on this patch, which were just a little bit to the damage, she's still as tanky as ever, so still trying to take that one out.
100 Thieves, one more ban left to go. There's still options for 100 Thieves to lock in another bot laner for Tomo. Because he's been playing in NECL, Kobe, they've been going through the Fearless draft. So if you look at through his recent games, his champion pool has been, forced to play a very wide variety of champions available. There's still things like a Smolder. He's put games on a Jhin, a Sivir, Xayah also available. But it just depends on what 100 Thieves want to play. And since you have Zyra, you already kind of on the back foot playing disengage. So 100 Thieves needs to find 80 carries or more damage that plays well kiting back against Immortals.
All right, well, Immortals for Olleh there, locking in the Rell, one of his favorite champions, one of the big engage options that you're looking at. And so the responses here from Eyla and Tomo are just going to be the Zeri Alistar combination here. Let's see, they're going to have to give up a little bit of early presence, but honestly, I feel pretty good about this draft from the 100 Thieves side. Let's see if Immortals can make use of this all in. Immortals with the classic combo there, though. The Kai'Sa so good at diving in, and Immortals, their wins have really come off their bottom lane, off of tactical. So him getting secure on this Kai'Sa, having some good front line to work off of and follow up on as well.
30 seconds left before we hit the Rift, Kobe. Taking an overall look of both compositions, what do you favor more here?
I mean, honestly, the Immortals comp does look pretty good. Like, you've got some good synergies there to go off of. But honestly, I really feel like it is 100 Thieves time. Especially if they get Sniper even a little bit of help early, he can really take over, as we've seen in the recent weekends of games. Meanwhile, Quid here on the Lucian mid lane will have prio. So when you have a River with a mid laner with prio, then he really takes over jungle as well. So I think there are definitely some avenues here for 100 Thieves, again, towards the top side. And then bottom lane, bring that in later after the Zeri has had some chance to scale.
Let's see if 100 Thieves can make a clean series with Tomo in as the AD carry, or if Immortals will find reprieve and pick up a very necessary series win to keep their playoff chances alive as we get ready for the Rift. Another big thing as we are actually headed into a pause, more playoff implications here straight from production. If 100 Thieves, we already mentioned earlier that if Immortals are 2-0'd here, they are eliminated from playoffs. But if 100 Thieves get a series win, regardless if it's 2-0 or if it's a 2-1, Dignitas are locked into playoffs. So, Dignitas are now 100 Thieves fans in this series, Kobe.
They certainly are. Honestly, we can bring up some of the graphics for some of our stats that we have prepped for coming into this game too. Talking about the big bottom lane matchup with Tomo arriving from Disguise, subbing in here for 100 Thieves. Him versus Tactical, as we said, the all-time record for LCS games at the very least is 2 in the favor of Tomo, 4 in the favor of Tactical. Though, if we examine a little bit deeper on those games, Tomo actually had a very strong presence, especially early on, and ended up even with better KDA at the end, although that is a little bit of a fluff stat in the end. But we'll take a look, especially because Mr. Armao here, one of the most criticized jungles in the LCS, has second highest bottom lane jungle proximity. So he does route towards bottom side almost all the time and spend a lot of his time down there. Just goes to show Immortals are very aware of their win conditions and aware of the return on investment of time around Tactical and Olleh, who a lot of the other players in the league, when you talk to them, are very complimentary of Tactical and Olleh, especially their laning phase. So we'll see. As we say that, though, Armao is actually going to start on the bottom side. And they're even going to leash for him. So they're going to accelerate the Lillia clear speed here to get even quicker across the map. But Armao will be pathing up towards top side, towards Sniper. And again, the Renekton into the Jax here. Let's take a look at Sniper.
Gets the first trade off with the Counter-Strike. I'm curious then if Immortals are more concerned about letting Sniper get ahead on that Jax, and by pathing topside, Castle will have that hover for Armao around the 3-minute 30-second timer. Probably sooner, since Armao can clear pretty fast with Lillia. So it's all about making sure that Sniper doesn't get his wave pushed too far in.
Well, I really like what Sniper did. And you saw in the little pip up on top lane, he went straight for the minion wave with his Counter-Strike. You get your bonus damage with your Counter-Strike, got his little trade onto Castle, straight from level 1, trying to really abuse that Counter-Strike and get the early big push on this wave to try and bounce it back before the Lillia gets there, before the Lillia becomes a problem. So bounce that wave back, get yourself in a better scenario. They, of course, do have the ward towards the Raptors, so they will get the alert right now. They see Armao. They have perfect timing on tracking that Lillia, and I think Sniper has done quite a good job here. Castle, though, charged up the rage on Renekton, and we will, of course, be tracking that one. Meanwhile, the other jungler, Mr. River. River, I think, has really been shining, even when the team has been struggling, and he is ending towards the bottom side. So Immortals a little bit worried about their timing and actually going to go for their recall and reset here.
Olleh is going to poke his head into the jungle, finds River, having completed all 6 camps, level 4, thanks to the speedy clear of Zyra. But now River is actually going to path towards the top side. Will look to challenge Armao on that crab.
I love backing up River here too, or backing up Quid. Yeah, they're going to fight him off, and Armao could just circumvent, go down towards bottom side, and they'll still trade crabs, but I like the move. Make sure that your top side of the map is secure. Again, I think those are the biggest advantages for 100 Thieves, so...
Yeah, you can tell that 100 Thieves are reacting and adapting to Immortals, trying to get that early pressure on the Sniper. They're doing everything they can to give him vision. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Quid jumped on by Olleh. He's able to dash out, no panic or use of the summoner spells. Good route onto Mask, and that's decent trade back from River.
Yeah, River canceling his recall there. So it's kind of interesting because Olleh, at the very least, even though, you know, it's just the little chunk there, the stop on the recalls, and River will be delayed now in the race of AP junglers clearing. Gets a little bit later on the reset. So Armao has the first Faded Ashes, has the first reset, and Armao coming back out down to bottom side. Some pings, though, as they're tracking him. They know Armao started bottom side because he was leashed, so they had very good info on the clear, and he'll just go for his second clear. Meanwhile, as we said, River, because of the delay on the recall, it's these small margins when you're racing 2 AP jungles that are clearing, but you're like, oh, every couple seconds. You know, now he's losing the race on the second clear. Lillia is 1 camp ahead.
It's the small things for these type of champions here, because your ganking power is much less than those of like a Sejuani or a Vi. As Quid pushes in Mask, is going to force him to recall here. He does have teleport, so he can come back to the wave, but Quid does have, you know, nice tempo here, being able to win priority successfully for River, as River's just going to continue his path towards the bottom side of the map. It doesn't really seem like any of the side lanes are going to be in any danger from either of the jungler here, so I imagine the first play, the first sign of combat between these two teams is going to be over one of the objectives.
Definitely agree, and mid lane going quite nice for Quid as well, despite, you know, the small interruption with support roam. Quid still able to push out no problem, and he does get his eventual recall, although it is a little bit later, and teleports right back out, level 6, with the sustain of the Vamp Scepter, which, by the way, we are going to see way less Kraken Slayers, if any Kraken Slayers at all on this patch, because of the nerfs. Most of the on-hits have just gone Blade of the Ruined King, and they say, fine, you know, you can nerf one of the items, and we'll just go with Blade of the Ruined King instead. I like that item already, but the double roam from Immortals here is answered a little bit later by Eyla. You see the Alistar coming over for the grub fight as well.
Now River's trying to pull aggro right now. Eyla shows up, is in fog. Nice steal from Armao, secures the first grub, and Olleh's wrapping around trying to get a pick onto River. Still has flash available. River gets the second one. Quid fighting and pushing off Mask so that he cannot join the fight. Eyla is able to ensure that River steps away from any danger from Olleh on the collapse, but Immortals walk away with 2 grubs, and now Armao's caught in this pit, but Sniper just needs to ward him in. Meanwhile, in the mid, River is actually taken out. Mask with the first blood. Castle still trying to lead the chase, but is cleaned up by Sniper. Massive counter-strike, and he has the Grandmaster's Might. Quid dashes in, forces Mask to flash. Sniper now on a roll, trying to bonk Armao over the head with the lamppost. Looks for the swirling seed, doesn't find it, gets the movement speed from the blooming blows, and Armao still under pressure, now finding level 6. That's going to force 100 Thieves to back off for now.
So close there. Mask barely escaping with his life as Quid flashes into 3 of them. They're trying to finish off the Corki, but not quite enough DPS there to get the job done. Still very close as far as that topside skirmish. Definitely an exciting one, but really the biggest difference is going to be no flash on Castle versus Sniper retaining it for the Jax on topside. So Sniper grabbing an actual kill plus having flash advantage already coming into this series. I really had my eye on him as an individual part you know, of the big difference makers here for 100 Thieves, but we'll see what he can do after the replay with his flash advantage and with his kill. Meanwhile, in the beginning of that, you saw River with no flash kind of like drawing them in up against the wall. In the end, you know, like he knows he's going to sacrifice himself, but In the end, just goes 1 for 1, although it was very close to being 1 for 2 with that extra kill towards Mass not finally coming through. But the story afterwards and the meaning of that skirmish there, I really want to see what Sniper will be able to do with it, because Castle with a big CS lead for himself, although Sniper getting the kill credit kind of evens up some of the gold.
Yeah. River getting vision of Armao, looks for Mass knowing that he doesn't have flash, but good sidestep of the grasping roots. River will not land a gank here. Eyla going for tactical, but immediately flashing away from the pulverize. Tomo with the lightning crash is going to push Olleh and tactical back into the tower.
Yeah, Tactical also still has barrier for baiting, so always be a little careful on that one, but no flash on Kai'Sa. Definitely another area that they can target here. So River pathing down towards bottom side because he's just full clearing again on the Zyra, as is classic. Maybe they can actually make something happen. Eyla here is close to level 6. Alistar, once you get level 6, you know, possibility of dives definitely go through the roof, but we are going to have a reset on Armao. So 100 Thieves are going to have to track that Lillia a little bit.
Armao's trying to get to bot lane as fast as possible. He knows that a dive could be made by River and Quid, who has already fought for mid priority, but looks like 100 Thieves are going to call it off. The play doesn't happen fast enough. And so for Tactical and Olleh, their lives are safe for now. River's going to use the bot priority to start up this dragon. It's going to take a while, but these plants do a number. Mask forced to dash away with the Valkyrie. Quid opening up with the culling to force him off. He'll be the first mid laner to join.
I think that should be all you need for Dragon, because now mid lane priority is 100% 100 Thieves.
Eyla Hex flashed in, finds Olleh. The crash down gets interrupted by the Stranglethorns, and he gets punted back. Lilting Lullaby only on to 2, but the fight is over.
Yeah, Immortals there, like, these are some of the calls where you feel so bad for them, because they just lost mid prio. Quid just won the fight, and there was Honeyfruit, so, you know, he gets this big chunk on Mask, pushes Mask out, gets the wave push, and then comes in for Honeyfruit in the river, and the rest of 100 Thieves are like, great, we got mid win, so we're just going to go for it immediately in there. And the engage there, Eyla and River easily able to get the extra pressure, so 100 Thieves feeling very, very good about this one. Dragon acquired in the aftermath as well.
And Sniper all in onto Castle. It got really close. Dominus and Grandmaster's Might were both popped. Sniper might be forced to
Everyone's coming. Look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Everyone is coming over.
He's got to be careful. He still has flash, but Olleh is here. Tomo has arrived. He goes back in for the counter-strike. Castle slices away, but here comes Eyla, 2-man pulverize, and Tomo's there for the follow-up. That's an immediate flash of Armao. And the Grubs have just spawned Kobe. They're going to sack pressure here. They will not be able to challenge because River will be able to move on in. Yeah. And everything is just falling apart for Immortals.
Everybody smelling blood in the water here with the top laners getting so low, trading like that. And that was a juicy combo from Eyla as he sees them coming over, trying to take advantage of the low health Jax here under turret, and they get an extra summoner spell. 100 Thieves, both of them on the reset, and so 100 Thieves are going to get their rewards afterwards as well. All you need is 4 of the Grubs now that they made that nice little change to get a Void Might spawn, so River easily able to pick that up. They hit the benchmark. 4 Grubs acquired. They've got the Dragon advantage acquired for themselves. They have very slight marginal gold lead for themselves, so does seem like it will play out into the mid-game plan that you want for 100 Thieves. They're the ones looking for having some split push on the side lanes, trying to get their solo laners into some very nice spots. Meanwhile, Immortals, they have so much more of a really big AoE combo that they want to pull off. The dive bomb here with the Rell, with the Kai'Sa. Don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Maybe sleep or something to set themselves up, but 100 Thieves going everything kind of as planned. A little bit of deep vision is all they really have to worry about, because a lot of their plays will be sniffed out ahead of time here by Immortals due to that deep vision.
It's very hard for Lillia to engage without flash by just going straight in. You have to approach from a flank or need desperately Olleh or Castle to be the first ones in so they can soak a lot of damage, because Lillia, even with a Liandry's that gives you HP, it's still not a very durable champion to withstand a lot of the bursts incoming, especially diving into Zyra. So all eyes on Immortals in their front line to set up the engage so that Armao can follow up. Eyla should be fine. A lot of Immortals members were around, but no need for panic for the side of 100 Thieves bot lane.
Yeah, most of the time with Lillia, you're just fishing with the swirl seed, see if you can tag anybody there. And then if someone's out of position, maybe you can go for a flash play.
Yeah.
But 100 Thieves here. Let's see what we can set up, because we've got a little bit of time to wait for some more neutral objectives to really force anything. So it is just going to be the classic rotation. They just have their AD carry support towards mid lane, even feed over. A little bit of extra priority to the Rift Herald. Pop this Scryer's Bloom. 1 minute on arrival there. Honestly, too, all flashes being available for the side of Immortals. See if on their 1-item power spikes, maybe they decide this is their time to go for one of these big flashy plays. They've been fighting pretty heavily to keep good vision control. And Olleh definitely has the possibilities, but now they're face checking into 100 Thieves territory a little bit as they go for these wards. River has claim on the River Brush.
Yeah, there's a timer here where it's still 1 minute and 20 before the second dragon of the game spawns, whereas Rift Herald will be spawning in under 20 seconds. 100 Thieves still fighting for position in the river, but Immortals are currently reigning control right now. Oh, Eyla's in, finds Armao. I don't think he still has flash from the fight before. Almost gets taken down by the calling. The ignite from Eyla will finally finish him off as Quid is still safe on the left side of the flank. But meanwhile, Tactical found a solo kill on Tomo. So River is now engaging solo with Eyla and Quid, who now has to deal with Tactical. He pops the barrier, but Quid should have enough damage. Tactical flash in the bush, goes back in. Oh, God! Oh, man, that was tough. Immortals for the rest of them. They're able to push 100 Thieves away from the Rift Herald. What a scrap, Kobe.
Yeah, that was a bit comical to look at because the battle lines got a little bit muddied there as the Kai'Sa ultimate into the back line led to the deletion of Tomo. But now Castle wants to try and make Sniper pay on the bottom side. Both of them at their 1-item power spikes here, Trinity Force versus Cleaver. And Castle's going to be able to get the priority on bottom side, but not going to be able to stick around for much. Kind of classic top lane rewards there, and then everybody resetting for the next dragon spawn. As we'll get back to live after we take a look at this. But the vision over the wall actually did help Immortals a decent amount, and then we saw the full-on engage there. Even though Quid jumps out to the other side, Tactical being able to jump onto Tomo there is able to take out the main source 400 Thieves, but he did not keep in mind that Quid was just pushed out to the other side of the fight. You know, they had just pushed Quid up towards the top tower, and because of the 2 control wards here, Quid waited around for Tactical. Tactical was so focused on his kill on Tomo that Immortals thought they had the extra huge advantage and able to push in a little bit. Although, still quite close there in gold, and really just the extra objectives there as Immortals in the end do get Dragon on bottom side, and River comes to pay Castle a visit.
Yeah, he flashes away from the Stranglehold, but Sniper follows up under the tower, but River will get traded. It's a 1-for-1 as Castle at least takes one down with him.
Yep, in the tower right there. So River down, but Castle also down, and Immortals know they're the only ones with a jungler left, so Rift Herald will be easy, and the outer towers on both sides should get traded. Quid hovering around here, but I think, yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to defend this. Just trade it. Sniper working on the bottom one after this. So really the big reward, the Rift Herald here.
Yeah.
And that one you're going to want to use that Rift Herald towards mid lane. Let's see about the rotation over. Tactical here, trying to push quicker on Tomo too.
Overall, a very nice sign of relief for Immortals to be able to pick up the second dragon of the game, ping-ponging immediately into Rift Herald, knowing that River committed for that dive on the bottom side of the map. It keeps the game even in terms of map control, and it makes this game still just as competitive.
Yeah, and Mask, I think, you know, the big DPS carry here for Immortals with his Trinity Force done. 2 of the kills here onto the Corki, so Corki looking quite good at the moment. River sneaking in and face checking.
I mean, you gotta be careful when you're playing something like Zyra. Goes in for the grasping roots on Armao, but looks like the red was secured by Armao anyway. Eyla's still hunting with River. Mask has flash, should be fine. Is he committing to this? This is crazy. Quid is pushing up on the top side of the map. Mask is gonna quickly kill this wave so that they don't push it in. But a teleport is being committed right now by Sniper to make sure that they can bully them off and get a little bit extra gold in their pockets from the tower.
Yeah, and then Castle on bottom side is gonna Need a little bit more to finish up on the trade tower, but Tactical also pushing quicker, getting some extra chip damage around on mid lane. Immortals here also benefit pretty greatly from the mid stages of the game, where a lot of these level 11s are coming in. The rank 2 ultimates are coming in for them. We'll see if they can get any more of those picks. They definitely have the opportunities there with so much CC on Immortals' side, be able to set Tactical up to Killer Instinct and try and get somebody as we're rotating here and all these outer towers start to drop. Everybody now working with an extra partner when we go to clear the vision because the defenses are starting to drop.
Eyla getting vision on Armao as he's trying to kite this blue buff away. It does secure it, but the vision line has been pushed deep into Immortals' blue quadrant. Now Eyla should be careful here. Still has the ultimate in case things get dicey. But 100 Thieves playing the vision game well. They're getting ready for that third dragon of the game spawning in 2 minutes.
Interesting too, because you can tell they're debating right now whether they want to send Mass to go push the top wave first, since he does have teleport and still could have answered, but they were worried about a quick play there towards mid, so he came back, hovered a little bit to make sure nothing was going to break out immediately, and now we're going to just reset into the side lane pressure again. There is the teleport advantage, remember, for Sniper having invested his. Meanwhile, Castle kept his, so extra teleport advantage for Immortals should make it a lot easier for them to retain side lane control here during the neutral state.
Tension still growing higher and higher between both of these teams. We want to remind everyone at home the playoffs implications and the stakes that are here for both of these teams. If Immortals are 2-0, they are eliminated from playoffs. 100 Thieves, if they win the match series regardless, 2-0 or 2-1, Dignitas are locked into playoffs. So you can see how both teams are being extremely cautious when they are going for vision take and when they play these fights out.
Yeah, especially because it's so important. You know, if you're face checking into the Zyra Alistar, then it's so much more difficult for Immortals to actually pull off their combo. And with the early presence, Sniper's actually in the Dragon Pit. They're looking to catch Olleh here as he jumped over. Just a little bit of a chunk there as River is just able to tag him, but they caught him putting the wards down for the Dragon fight, so now they're going to try and clear those out. Olleh escaping with his life and not really sustaining any significant damage either there, so Immortals able to get their presence into mid first.
Castle on the flank. He's looking for it. Tomo forced the flash from Olleh. Immortals now spawning the Rift Herald. They're going to fight for mid prio before they start walking back into the river. Meanwhile, jungle for 100 Thieves starting up this red buff Sniper, lurking in the shadows, but he's spotted on a ward.
Corki poke, pretty annoying too here. Olleh's going to have presence in the brush, threatening the engage while Mass throws out these rockets.
6,000 on the Dragon. Castle in the backline. That's the TP from Sniper, looking for the flank on the right side. He's going to try to pressure Mask and look for a way into the back line. Flash from Eyla right onto the front line. Armao's caught, but meanwhile, Eyla is forced back, and Sniper tried to go for the flank, but Castle pushed him off. But the Dragon will go over to 100 Thieves.
Cool.
No one drops from 100, but they're still trying to make their way out as Tactical with the Killer Instinct doesn't find Sniper.
Yeah, that was Kai'Sa ultimate used, and it's a heist! 100 Thieves steal the Dragon. They're still poking around a little bit here. That was dicey from Eyla. Eyla went in, traded a whole big health bar there. He did not dive, pops Alistar ultimate. They still burn down the Dragon, and then nobody even gets caught. Sniper with some nice blast cone usage there, able to survive, and now he goes into pick.
Oh, go looking for Olleh. He still has flash, so he should be fine. But the fact that 100 Thieves still have the confidence, even after the play of Dragon, to push and pressure Immortals on their way back to the mid turret, it seems like had they found another pick, they could have taken that tier 1 on the back of it.
Wow, what a heist there from 100 Thieves. Dragon number 2 acquired. And honestly, too, now that you're on double item power spike, Sniper's really starting to feel a lot better about this one. Mid tower also goes down, so full outer defense here has been destroyed. Meanwhile, on the side of 100 Thieves, they barely have any health in their mid lane too because of the Rift Rail charge, so that one is basically just standing gold that Immortals will be able to take on resetting and trying to push through mid. They still have their teleport on Castle, so they're trying to make a heavy move here while Castle is bottom.
They're in the banana brush. They have no idea. Olleh face checks it. It's about a third of his HP as damage from Quid, but thankfully he's tanky. He's totally fine. Immortals maintaining control of this Baron Riverside. Trying to make sure that 100 Thieves cannot get in without tanking something in result.
I mean, Immortals, I think they need to send Castle just bottom side here again. He's got teleport advantage. Get that Renekton pressure on one of the lanes, and then force a play with your Rell with, I mean, somebody's flash. Rell flash, Lillia flash, and have Renekton teleport into it so you can try and make your big play. The game right now, though, so close in gold. So close here as Corki now with evolved Muramana as well. Going to be quite annoying, but we'll see if they can get any of that early poke damage down before the fight actually starts. And actually, the timer on Sniper's teleport here winding down, so that little bit of an advantage will start to dwindle. They're just kind of camping here, sitting on their vision advantage.
Immortals going to call for it. TP from Castle.
Ooh, River had walked bottom too. River has to run all the way.
They must have spotted River, and that's why they called for it. Now it's on the rest of 100 Thieves to see if they can delay the Baron take by Immortals. Culling comes in, decent chunk onto the front line, but they dodged it beautifully. 4K on the Baron. Eyla goes in. It's going to be close. Armao secures the Baron. Here comes River for the after the fight, but Quid is burning down. Killer Instinct from Tactical assassinates Quid, and he flashes over the wall to get away from Sniper, but he's back into the back line. Finds the flash onto Armao. Tomo still trying to run them down, but the rest of Immortals have made it out alive as Tactical is still trying to pelt them down with these Void Seekers, keeping the pressure on 100 Thieves members.
Beautiful call from Immortals.
Oh, what a snipe!
Beautiful call from Immortals. When they spot the extra roam to bottom side, they immediately go Baron. They finally use that teleport. Raafaa, the teleport advantage. We're hyping on it for so long. Castle, he teleports over there. They burn down the Baron. I want to spot, too, if we see the replay, the actual only interesting part on the replay I would want to see would be the lead up to it, to how River got spotted heading down there. But then the commitment to the call, that's what you like to see from Immortals, the conviction. Yes. They're like, we know, you have no jungler here. We've got the teleport advantage. We've been tracking timers, so we just burn Baron, even with everyone trying to harass them on Baron. They burn it, and they get their kills. Immortals here. If they can win this game, it will be huge for their playoffs hopes.
Yeah, and I think that's been a criticism of Immortals in the past about when you see an opportunity, they're too cautious or too scared to go for it. They immediately call it, and we get the replay back of how they played out the Baron fight.
So yeah, the replay starting now. I don't see any extra vision that would have seen River moving up, so we would have to go back a little bit further to see it. But inside the actual fight here, Sniper was able to go get one back for 100 Thieves, but it's a huge win for Immortals. This was all Immortals. Really good call on doing the Baron. And then this snipe by Tactical afterwards too. He just threads it right through the little jungle corridor. So even though they don't have good vision in there, just throw it down the middle of the jungle corridor. There's nowhere for River to dodge.
Yeah.
Nice job by Immortals. Let's see what they can do with it. Now with the Baron buff at their disposal, Dragon should be easy. Oh, man. Meanwhile, they also have Mask pushing on top side versus Sniper, the 2-level lead for the Corki, so Mask is huge. That just gets evened up a little bit. And he's got his teleport ready now too, so nice stuff from them. Let's see if they can actually get some secondary turrets too out of this Baron. That's what you really want out of a mid-game Baron buff, but there's only 30 seconds left on it, and 3,000 gold the Baron power play thus far, so seems like they won't get too much more for themselves, even with everybody coalescing down bottom. I mean, maybe they just teleport Mask in here. They really wanted to try and get a side lane turret. Seems like they'll save the teleport cooldown instead, let the Baron time out, go for their resets. Don't want to use up that cooldown, even though the outer turrets on the side lanes there, nice juicy 800 gold. They don't want to overextend after their triumphant win.
Yeah, overall, huge map play for Immortals, but they're still only 2,000 gold ahead. 100 Thieves, the game is far from over. And they have to remind themselves that their composition excels when Immortals are hard engaging into their composition and everyone is set up to receive it, to make the counter engage with Stranglehold. The problem for River, since he wasn't there at the Baron,
I mean, Sniper might... Okay.
Maybe. Okay, he just face checks in. It's a face full of Armao and Olleh. He just backs off for now. But 100 Thieves just reminding themselves, it's like, hey guys, as long as we get the setup first, we should still be fine.
Yeah, review comms later. Review the call later, because that is definitely a blunder that you're just kind of not tracking cooldowns and not really thinking about. Oops, we definitely should not commit 2 members to the bottom side of the map while we are at teleport disadvantage, especially one of them being jungle. But that play would have been less worse if they also had their teleport on Sniper, so then they could, at least teleport in for a 4v5 attempt to try and defend it.
Yep.
But it was really the worst of both worlds, where you don't have jungle or you don't have teleport. So they have to save that for later, though. It's a best-of-3 series. Talk about that between the games. Right now, they got to focus on what they can do right now, because it is not a giant gulf that has opened up here. It is not a chasm that cannot be overcome. Just a couple thousand, the gold lead right now. And there is a bounty, a couple of bounties there on the side of Immortals as well, if you're able to get to that backline and actually kill those Immortals carries, though that may be difficult. Both of them will have their flashes by the next time the fight starts. Tactical's coming off cooldown very quickly here.
Yeah, if we go back to how 100 Thieves played the game in the first 10-15 minutes, it was always Eyla finding flash summoner spells, and then 100 Thieves being patient, not overextending on the engage, waiting for the next setup, and then knowing that those carries no longer have those summoner spells available. It's that patient rinse and repeat cycle that got 100 Thieves the small lead and advantages at the beginning of the game, reminding themselves of that as they get ready for the 4th or the 5th dragon of the game coming up at 2 minutes, and the Baron spawning in the next 40 seconds can still bring them back into it. Whereas Immortals, I'm all eyes on Tactical and Mass. These guys, massive objective bounties, and they have so much damage between both of them. And the way that Tactical has been playing out these fights, it's been awesome to see.
I mean, the pickup here of the Arm Guard allows Tactical some really big plays for the next team fight. Love investing the extra gold here for your bigger dive play that you can pull off. Ultimate plus barrier plus flash plus a Seeker's Arm Guard stasis makes it really, really scary here for 100 Thieves. And so they're trying their best to keep some vision, trying their best to try and defend here and keep an open pathway towards Baron. But it should be a rinse and repeat for Immortals. Setting up on Baron once again. They've got Corki. They can turn around and throw rockets at you when you try and come up to contest the Baron. Side lane fight actually does matter in this game, though.
Sniper engaging in the 1v1 against Castle. Does not proc his Sterix gauge quite yet, trying to wait out the Dominus. Tactical is leaning bot side. 100 Thieves have to immediately go for the Baron. Sniper, all he can do is just buy as much time as he can, stall out the death. Tactical picks him up, and now the rest of Immortals will have to answer the Baron.
Immortals have teleport on Castle, so this is not the reverse situation. This is way harder for 100 Thieves to do anything here. Not only did they not get an early alert, and so Sniper still went down and actually was killed, but they also had the teleport there on Castle, so they were able to teleport him over, immediately stop any possible counterplay on a Baron, and so it is just the extra kill here that goes to Immortals. Plus the teleport, invested for the flash on Sniper going down, and the killer instinct from Tactical, but that cooldown is so short here later in the game.
Pulling it again.
It's not very meaningful.
A Dragon is spawning in the next 15 seconds, but they're just trying to pull them in. Armao forced the flash immediately from the Stranglehold. Tactical trying to look to see if he can join the fight with the killer instinct. Mask and Tomo dueling with these guns. Immortals are starting to push 100 Thieves off, and now they're in trouble. Eyla super low. Quid is lit on the backside. Tomo also lit. The rest of 100 Thieves have to concede control of the Baron, and now Immortals, this just could be a free objective.
The Mask is doing so much work. That Corki damage, it just murdered them, pushed them all off. Nobody dies, but their health bars were decimated, and now 100 Thieves are so low, it's really risky trying to even check.
They just can't. Immortals, clean take of the Baron, and they still have time to redeploy and contest 100 Thieves for the Dragon on the other side.
I mean, they've got Baron empowered recalls, so they are getting their empowered recalls off. 100 Thieves here trying to push mid as they rotate over to that Dragon that you mentioned, which would be number 3. Positioning here, critical. You don't, even though you just got the Baron, have to be a little bit careful about the checks. Olleh going to go right in. The rest of the team is very close behind, so they've got the power to force them off, and quite easy here. Baron empowered recalls allow them to get Dragon number 3 too. The snowball continues for Immortals. Their playoffs hopes are alive. Game 1 in their sights here.
third dragon of the game secured for Immortals. And for them, one dragon away from Ocean Soul. Potentially one play away if it goes well enough to just end the game outright and take the Nexus of 100 Thieves. Things are dire here for the men in red. 100 Thieves trying to fight for control on this top quadrant, but Immortals are just bullying them out of these entrances. And with the Baron on their side, they're looking to take out this tier 2 tower.
I mean, I don't know what 100 Thieves do about Corki. Like, Mask does so much. His poke damage is huge. And then they also have to worry about the all-ins because, well, Tactical actually, though.
Oh, Tactical forced the flash. Tomo goes in for the kill. Just a couple more burst fires. The Seekers will stall some time. Castle is able to step in front, but it still doesn't matter. Tomo takes him out. The Sterix Gauge popped on Castle. He's still got a GA, but he's surrounded by all 5 members of 100 Thieves. The Ultra Shock Laser slows him down, and 100 Thieves just found a window back.
And it's Tomo and his game back in the LCS on the stage, making the big play here when 100 Thieves need it most. Can they push with it? They're going as hard as they can towards mid lane. They've got 1 minion. They're protecting it. Now the Void Mites come up. Against Baron buff even. They're still going to hard push. They've got 5 members advantage. Tactical and Castle still down for another 20 seconds on Tactical.
Tomo did say on socials he's here to save the 100 Thieves. And so far, the words are ringing true as they take off of 2 kills, a massive push into mid lane, a full inhibitor, and the tower's all behind it. The Nexus still stands alongside the 2 structures in front, but Immortals suddenly, when the wind was in their sights, Kobe, now they're back in an even state.
Oh, just when you really, really believe. However, the game not out of reach has not been completely thrown. You know, 1 inhibitor down is completely fine. You can definitely deal with that. It is definitely a little bit worrying, though, as far as that pick goes. We'll see. Just retain focus, get back out here, have Olleh set up your vision first so that nobody gets caught off guard. Olleh has done just that, warded up this red side of the jungle. Immortals still in a very good position, of course. They've got Dragon Soul coming to them in 2.5 minutes, at least the possibility of it. And they do scale incredibly well. Again, the Corki is just such a massive scaler. 4 items now for Mask. He has had his level 18 for quite a while on top of that. And it's just because of the extra range compared to Lucian, the possibilities here. But Tomo slides in.
Olleh is caught and no reprieve. Tomo once again helping 100 Thieves come back in this game.
Uh-oh. I mean, yeah, and this one, Ayla's like, what are you doing, Olleh? Get out of my jungle. You set up enough vision. Ayla's had enough of it. He combos him. Tomo slides in on the Zeri to deliver the damage. But you just walked into the Alistar now. River goes over just as the recall has expired here. Spam pings down mid. Tomo trying to get the extra pressure of the minion wave through mid while the rest of them push up bottom. I like this because it kind of takes away the defense possibilities here from Immortals. Kind of ensuring they're going to have the pincer on this secondary tower. 100 Thieves. It was a very big pick, but Olleh is back up, so.
Yeah, big thing to note. Both of the marksmen for 100 Thieves and Immortals. Hang on. 2-man sleep. Are they in trouble? Armao Q flashes in, tries to lay down the damage. Olleh gets stiffed by Eyla as he flashes in onto Mask. The re-engage from Eyla, or Olleh is good. River tries to hold up as long as he can. Sniper trying to save this fight. Tomo skates on over to the left. Sniper now has to escort him from the rest of Immortals, but he's not going to be able to do it. Immortals find a hole in the defense of 100 Thieves, and they don't waste their shot.
Oh man, the combo. Olleh plus Castle. Olleh got the Rell engage, groups up 3 of them, and Castle Renekton teleports in to get the big chunk once the rest of Immortals arrive. Now it's their turn to push. Sniper alone here. All he can really do is kind of watch as these towers go down. Alone, he can't do anything versus this triple. Oh, that's got to be scary here.
He stepped up trying to tank the wave, but maybe was ill-advised. He flashes away. He's got the Sterix Gauge. The Void Seeker deals some decent damage. He tries to absorb the damage. Counter-strike on the 2. Wait a minute. It's going to get close, but it's not enough. Armao is too durable, and the rest of the squad will back off for now as they get ready for their Ocean Soul spawning in 20 seconds.
Yeah, spawning to them. That one should be very easy for them to pick up. Mask and Tactical will delete this dragon. So honestly, maybe just go for 100 Thieves, go over towards Baron side, try and set up some Baron vision or something. Maybe you can make a big play, but here's another look at it. Armao set it up, putting them to sleep and then going in, and it looks crazy because Olleh wasn't there for following up then, but it's the second engage. Olleh, huge. The Rell flash play. Olleh gets in there, sets it up, tactical ults in, Castle had teleported in, and so they just dive the entire squad there. And it looks like River did try and get vision, and at the very least, while Immortals got the Dragon Soul, River acquired vision around Baron. And that's really the hope for 100 Thieves. When you're so far behind like this, you're like, we got to try and like get some pick play on somebody while they're going to pick up all their objectives, but no pick there for 100 Thieves. It will just be double giant objectives for Immortals.
Oh boy!
They're right back on track. Ocean Soul plus the Baron. Now they can go with huge siege potential. You have regeneration of Ocean Soul, plus you have the pushing power with the Baron. That should be a recipe for Immortals to get a dub.
Immortals have everything they need to close this game out. 100 Thieves, almost 10 minutes ago, they found that miracle play off of Tomo getting into the face of Tactical, risking his life, both of his summoner spell to make it done. Can 100 Thieves replicate that magic here again, Kobe?
Well, they're certainly going to try. Vision would go a long way towards getting miracle plays like that, you know, surprise plays. But I think Immortals, after getting that wake-up call, are not going to let anyone go by themselves. They make the call, all right, we have so much of an advantage. We got this group up here. Tactical actually is the one heading towards topside to push first. And he is the one with Killer Instinct. So even though you're like, it's your AD carry going to push side lanes, you know, no teleport. Doesn't really matter for Kai'Sa because rank 3 of the Killer Instinct is quite a large range. And definitely has a possibility of joining, as we just saw in the last fight from Immortals there. And then while Sniper does get the secondary tower on bottom side, it's kind of a very small drop in a very large ocean here to the side of 100 Thieves. They got a little bit of gold though. Every little bit does count here towards trying to win one of these late game team fights. We're almost 40 minutes in here as Immortals now are going to try and group up in siege. They've got Castle pushing bottom. A few more seconds on his teleport, so maybe if 100 Thieves made a fast play, you know, they would try and take advantage of that, but tick, tick, tick. There goes the teleport now, so Castle could join as well, and makes it a lot easier here with a whole minute left on Baron. They've got 2 more extra minion waves to push on. Wait for the next one on mid. That secondary tower will go down. No problem.
Yeah. You can see that 100 Thieves, they were trying to chance for a miracle play with Eyla in Fog and Hex Flash at the ready, but now Flash is back up. Immortals slowly choking 100 Thieves' vision out of the bottom jungle. Sniper steps up to ensure that Castle cannot get more hits, but the Counter-Strike is gone, and this Tier 3 turret has fallen. The inhibitor surely will be next, as Quid had pushed out the top side of the map. Immortals had the chance to get this inhibitor down. They're rotating over to the mid lane. Quid is back in the base. 100 Thieves have all 5 members. Sniper with a teleport flank. The question is, who is the target? Who do they commit to? Sniper has to be slow with this. Eyla right onto Mask, but he flashes and cleanses it away. Backline of Immortals are safe as they hold their ground. Castle pops the Dominus to stand between him and the rest of 100 Thieves members. The flank, a valiant attempt. No dice on the Immortals members.
Yep. Nice little move there from Mask. Flashes on over just as Sniper leaps in to try and follow up. He was trying to CC chain there. But the Mercurial Scimitar from Mask, this is the benefits of being so rich on a Corki. He immediately pops that and flashes to the other side. Once then, the Leap Strike has already been invested. Can't stun him out on the other side, and so he does escape. Meanwhile, Immortals here with bottom side inhibitor taken care of. They just get topside pushing instead. Full reset there from a Mask. The full build level 18 Corki. Definitely getting it done here. So even though it's slowly but surely here for Immortals, they really are just building into this juggernaut here towards the very end of the game. 100 Thieves, you're probably looking at trying to do some miracle around the Elder Dragon now.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your opponents will, you know, burn down an Elder Dragon, and maybe you can get some sort of a steal on it, which allows you to win the crazy fight there.
Small engage on the Olleh, nothing for Immortals to be worried about. He just uses the crash down to escape.
I mean, Tomo is full build as well, so, and the Zeri has some extra, protection with this Zhonya's of his own, plus his shield bow and everything. So, they also, we're getting to the stage of the game where everybody's getting maxed out, or at least the carries are getting maxed out. So 100 Thieves here.
This tactical build is so scary, and a full death cap with the Nashers. These Void Seekers are going to hurt so much if they land. And for Immortals, they've dealt with the counter-engage comp of 100 Thieves by drafting so much range. And we're at the stage of the game where 100 Thieves, even though they want Immortals to make the hard engage, if they get poked out before, they're still going to lose the fight. So you see why 100 Thieves are being pressured to force snapback engages and catch Immortals off guard.
Yeah, one of the biggest things teams always talk about is the range advantages for the late game, and those range advantages are being abused. Another one, though, that's huge are having the extra money to buy Guardian Angels.
Oh, Quid was forced to dash into castle. He's got help with River on the bottom side. Eyla in the middle of multiple Immortals members here. Castle almost taken low. The Stranglehold, the burn from the Leandries. It pops the GA. Sniper onto Armao. He dashes away with the Eep. Castle pops back up thanks to the GA. Elder is alive, Kobe, and Immortals members are chunked.
Yeah, that GA just mentioned, now it's popped. Now they've basically taken that thing out of inventory. So let's see about this crazy Elder fight that we were looking forward to, because 100 Thieves carries are also maxed out. Definitely have to be respected as far as the positioning goes. Castle will teleport back in. Where's the Renekton going to go? Is it going to just come towards Elder, or look for something on bottom side? Because you see Sniper going back to deal with the super minions.
Sniper has teleport as well to join the fight. Immortals maintaining the ground. Olleh with a Q flash right onto River. He's the target. He's blown up by Armao. The lilting Lobi into the stasis. Castle rejoins the fight. Eyla and Tomo trying to fight their way back in. Two-man pulverize onto the back line, but 100 Thieves cannot follow up yet. They take out Castle, but Armao is fallen. 100 Thieves holding their ground despite everything that Immortals have thrown their way, but they are down 3 members, and 100 Thieves still have 4.
Oh, there was no follow-up on the Olleh engage this time. Immortals crumbling the Elder fight that 100 Thieves were dreaming of.
Immortals.
It is a reality. They will get it, and they can go get the Baron as well.
Oh my goodness, Kobe. We are in Omega Banger territory. 100 Thieves, through sheer will and grit, holding on to this game.
Man, if we go back and look at so many little parts of that fight too, they were still on the Elder Dragon when Olleh goes for this engage. This time around, the big difference, nobody follows up to put the pressure on anyone except for River. So they get the trade there. Meanwhile, Tomo is just firing in the whole fight. Tomo is max DPS. Meanwhile, half of Immortals are still on the Elder Dragon, dumping their DPS into the Dragon. And so you have the extra health lead, and then the front line just takes over. So let's look at it. So Olleh goes in, and they get some damage onto River, but Tactical, look at him. He was still over by the Elder Dragon. He walks over this way, and endgame, that DPS that Tomo's putting out in literally just that 1 second extra, allows such a big lead. Eyla goes for the re-engage. You saw that Alistar combination onto the backline, locking both of them up.
Yeah.
The late game DPS of both carries, even nullified for just a couple of seconds, is the big difference maker.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
You can see it there. Anero is just feeling the pain. The 46-minute loss here just looming in front of him. It's not over, but it is definitely disheartening for the Immortal side, as 100 Thieves now another full minute left on the Elder Dragon buff, and they get the easier time pushing with their Baron buff. Can we break 50 minutes again, though? We've had a lot of these long ones recently.
Yeah, the Energy Shopify series still lives rent-free in my mind. Maybe 100 Thieves and Immortals will make a run for it, but 100 Thieves with the Elder Dragon and the Baron buff on their side, they want to make this one quick. Flash snap, engage on the mass. He flashes away. Sniper tries to follow up. The Stranglehold is throwing him down. The Stranglethorn's already been used. Culling will empty a full clip in Armao. He pops the stasis, tries to buy time. He burns to the Elder. 100 Thieves, don't tell me the odds, Kobe. 100 Thieves will take any fight they can take what is not given. That is their creed, and they will live and see the game to the very end. 100 Thieves pull off the biggest heist I've ever seen.
Immortals must be heartbroken after that one. Oof. 100 Thieves here with the dub in game number 1. 47-26 I see on the game clock. Getting your money's worth as far as the game time goes this time around. Woof. All right. So much to go over in the break here. Our breaks are very short between the games, but there's a lot to hash out. Even if we look at the 100 Thieves side, the team that won, remember their call where they had River go bottom with Sniper not having teleport and allowed Immortals to make their teleport and burn down the Baron to get themselves into this position in the first place. And they won.
Yeah. Lots to break down, lots to discuss, but we're going to head on over to the LCS Lounge to see what they thought of that first game.
It was something else.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm gonna take a really quick look at the playoff situation after the Dignitas win today. So this was actually really important because it really widened the field here with NRG dropping down a bit and Dig skyrocketing in their position here, now at 96%. It basically means that whoever comes out of this is also very much in control of their own destiny. So if 100 Thieves manage to 2-1 and then just win, they are in control of their own destiny. By contrast, if Immortals come back, the same thing happens. They're fully in control of their own destiny. That's the biggest thing coming out of this first Dignitas win, is that it really opened up the field for all of these 1-4 teams. Dignitas previously having been at 1-4 themselves. So Immortals can still come back.
But Emily, what happens with 100 Thieves 2-0?
If they 2-0,
what about at least a tiebreaker? Are we sure they're out?
Yeah, check the tiebreaker situation.
Okay.
they're out.
If Immortals lose the next game, they're out.
So
Basil.
that's the biggest focus that we have to talk about, which
Basil,
is
they were
the Immortals
so
believer.
close. You were the Immortals believer.
you are their strongest soldier.
What's the pep talk? What is Anero telling them?
He's like, you know what, guys? It's time to lock in. They were so close, you know. I was actually sitting here watching it, and I was like, oh, it's over. We won. We're so good.
Yeah.
And then I blinked, and then we lost. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm still their #1 support right now, currently, but
Okay,
yeah.
so 2-0. I mean, we blinked. Let's check out the highlights because we missed the blink. Unless our prompter just scrolled, maybe we don't have the highlights. We do.
Okay.
Boom!
So yeah,
So this wasn't the blink. This was when you were feeling fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, this fight looks like it's going well. Tactical is just diving in there. You have a super ahead Kai'Sa who can match the poke on the enemy team, so I fully thought the game was just over, you know?
Yes.
If Tactical hits maybe 2 or 3 ults, enemies, what was their support? I can't see. Alistar, right? Was it super chung? I fully thought the game was over at this point.
There was one point in which they were sieging through mid. This was literally it.
Yeah.
And then Zeri ulti hits, you get chased down. Even if you're in Zonia state, you're just done, and the team fight's over. Like, they really struggled to being able to close leads with the Baron that they had. And that's going to be what you would have to imagine and Arrow is going to be discussing a little bit, because the lead is there. They're able to actually end up picking it up. It's being able to close out cleanly that was in question.
This was such a good fight.
Yeah, it was so close too with this Rell engage on top of the Renekton. They were unable to burn down Olleh in time, and he was able to get off that excellent engage. So there were still some good teamfight wins from IMT. A lot of these games are coming down to literally teamfight, one team marches to victory.
Immortals cannot get 2-0'd or they are eliminated from playoffs. So as we head to break, let's take a look at our LCS Connected Comms replay presented by AT&T and voted on by chat.
It's 5 seconds.
I'll blue pit.
We have
Yeah.
this ward.
5 seconds, I'll
Yeah,
TP behind.
I want a
okay?
flash combo. Can you ready?
Okay.
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds,
Ready?
I TP.
We found Rell.
I can look TP now. I'm gonna TP behind. Let's fight this.
Yep.
This is a good fight, guys. You can go on whenever, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm really good.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
If I give angle on Lillia, maybe.
Red has
Ready?
flash, okay?
Go.
Look here, guys. Look, Lillia.
That's not easy.
I got 3-man knockup.
Yeah, kite back now.
Yeah.
Rush,
Just
rush,
flip
rush.
drag and
We
run.
should-
Flip drag and
I
run.
still have really good
We got
angles.
We should
No,
back,
no,
we should
back,
back, we should
We're
back.
fine, we're fine.
They can look on me though, guys. I might
It's
need-
fine. Just
I'm
go
okay.
mid, just go mid.
I'm okay.
If he
Kai'Sa
dies,
off.
he dies, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
No,
he
I'm
dies, he
okay.
Yeah,
dies.
Rell
fine,
has
fine.
flash ult, so don't give angle.
Don't all die,
Okay.
guys. Don't all die.
Look, Lillia.
Yeah, Lillia no flash. I'm killing Renekton. Look, Renekton.
Kai'Sa. No
Kill her.
flash.
We're killing Renekton, guys.
Give me Penta, give me
Kai'Sa,
Penta, give me
Kai'Sa,
Penta, give me
Kai'Sa,
Penta.
Kai'Sa,
Give
Kai'Sa,
Penta,
Kai'Sa,
give
Kai'Sa.
Penta, give Penta. Get Penta, get Penta.
It's not Penta, bro.
It's not Penta?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, bro.
It's
It's not my fault. Elder.
It's okay.
Elder damage.
Nice, good job, guys. Good job.
Elder damage.
What's the banger game?